Fella,
my man,
how we doing? Back in the studio. Let me ask you a question. August 22nd, turn the clocks back. Is Upshall in Florida already for training camp August 22nd, or you're still hanging out in Newport Beach at August 22nd? You're not quite back at training camp just yet, right? Your summer's not over.
I'm actually curious. The guys who are still playing, who I keep in touch with, I'm kind of curious. I'm like, what are you guys doing right now? Are you ramping it up, or are you still getting in one last vacation? Because that's what I was doing.
Yeah. No,
I was usually coming back from Mykonos, or I don't know, Lisbon or somewhere with this Lupul character, probably overseas. And trying to find where the wheels are, trying to get some sticks that weren't broke.
That was the great thing about you, is you were 24/7 in shape. That's the thing about you. Like, if you were a UFC,
still am, but still am. Hard as a rock.
If you were a fighter that, like, they say about certain fighters, like Biz being back in the day, like, they're always in shape. Like, if you had a fight in 2 weeks, you wouldn't have a hard time of making weight.
Half hard, always ready.
Yeah, your lungs were always there. Like, you get out your hands, maybe. Your hands take you a couple weeks to get going, man.
Hands never couldn't quite ever figure it out with the hands.
But you were always ready to go.
Yeah. I loved to embrace that challenge.
Yeah. For the listeners out there that wondering what I was doing August 22nd, well, I was starting to get
dieting.
Yes, to start myself. It was about right this time of year where I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna eat till training camp. But do you remember the one year we went to Outside Lands? I want to say it was like either this weekend or the last weekend of August.
Yeah.
And then I showed up in Calgary. Man, this is why I got off to a tough start. Like, my first couple skates in Calgary, I was like, man, I shouldn't have went to Outside Lands. That was a fucking bad move.
Outside Lands, aside, Obes, Calgary's up in the mountains, bud. Yeah, like, you're kind of up in the it's high altitude, even though it's kind of like flat, but it's fucking up there, right?
Yeah, it was no Denver, but definitely when I got there, I was like,
yeah. It's no joke.
But I went September, probably 1st I got there, and I believe our training camps back then didn't start till like the 18th. Is that true, or start earlier now?
No, they were like 13th. And now they're pushing them back 4 or 5 days. I think guys are starting camps like 17th or 18th this year. Yeah. And the first couple of days is usually fitness testing, meetings, and then hit you with 3 days of just bag skating.
I'm just telling you, as a bigger guy, you give me that extra 4 or 5 days, you that's huge for me. Because now I it's the way I
instead of starting 3 days earlier, you're just working the 3 days into camp.
Well, I just changed my whole summer. Like, now I'm like, it's not till the 18th. Fuck, that's another week. Yeah. I'm going to let it buck did even more here in August, because I got that extra 4 or 5 days of where, I was cramming for the test, obviously. I was trying to get down to 235 and get my body fat down to 10. But you give me 4 or 5 extra days, I would have taken it up.
And let's be honest, Labor Day, you weren't thinking about going anywhere till after Labor Day.
Listen, Labor Day was, obviously, remember, was the black party, right?
Yeah,
we have the white party Memorial Day and then the black party. And when I would leave Lupul's house Monday morning at about fucking 5 in the morning or whatever it was,
you're hanging up your party. You're hanging up your party clothes.
I give you a hug bye. I give Loops a hug bye. I was generally.
We're handing out the Silver Slugger for the summer.
Yeah,
who had the most, right in the wheelhouse. Yeah.
Who was seeing the ball the best?
Totally.
I just looked at my thing and said August 22nd. I would still be in Newport Beach.
Where'd the summer go?
Fuck. You had a great summer.
I know. It's kind of everywhere.
I've had a great summer.
I don't think I spent 1 week in Newport Beach like 7 days in a row all summer since probably mid-June.
I would say since
Bonnaroo.
I would say since the playoffs where we had Maxie, we had to keep him on we had the ankle bracelet around his ankle for the playoffs.
You did. You definitely did. Wouldn't skip the country for the See, that's what happens. Remember we had that conversation? I was walking through an airport and I remember this, and we had a call with, I think it was with our DraftKings team, and TNT got brought up, and it was me, you, and Al, and then we all resurfaced on a call shortly thereafter. They pitched us to do these commercials, and we sounded excited, and you called back and you like, this means you got to fucking show up every fucking day at the studio. And I'm like, yes, I know. What an opportunity. This is great. You don't think I can fucking dial in 3 months?
He goes,
I got it.
I go, what are you trying to say? He goes, fuck you, Obes. I'm in. I want to do it. I was like, oh, yeah, you're fucking right. You're doing it, but you got to be here every fucking day. He's like, fuck you. I will be. I just want to get the logistics settled. Okay.
Like, can we do them non-game days? Do we have to read off a prompter? Like, fucking.
And then after I got off the phone, I've yelled at him. I've yelled at each other. I'm like, fuck, maybe he's right. Maybe we should look into, like, if Max is there. I'm just like, we're in.
I'm like, they got Sunday games. Like, what if we get pinned Saturday night? What if it's Sunday at 1 on the East Coast? What, are we coming in here at 6 in the morning?
Yeah, I was funny. You're right. I
just a little logistics.
I took a step back being like, he's right. Like, Max is not going to come up from fucking San Diego or Carlsbad on Sunday.
He's getting pinned with his old 80.
His girlfriend's already mad at him enough. He's already in the doghouse enough. We don't need to get him in the doghouse some more here, do we? Eh?
Totally. We'll put ourselves to work. We don't need to run Max into the fucking ground.
No, it was right. But that's a little inside look at Missin Curfew on how the business calls go sometimes. Fuck you, Obes. Maxie, great job with the curfew calls to all the listeners. They've been great, Updogg. We got a couple more rolling out here. The bloopers, man. The TNT bloopers. Maybe people don't find them as funny as I do because it's me and you, but I think they're hilarious. Stritchie's done a great job. And, as we went on through the playoffs, we got better. But early on there, it was like,
yeah, I mean, something we don't really do, right? We just go off key as you tell about 2 minutes ago, me trying to get outside lands. And we for once we try to had like a little script, right? Yeah. Something that we're like, okay, we got 35 seconds to be efficient here with what we want to say. 30. See, sometimes we go 35.
Think about 30. It's got to be like crispy rice, spicy tuna.
Totally. So there'd be the odd time where I'd want a word in that I, thought might have been a word, but wasn't a word. I'm like, shit.
The best was the last one. Max, you chime in. You're like, hey, Uppy, it kind of sounded weird the way you said it. You're like, shut up, Max. Max and the teleprompter out, and we're like, nah. So, it was great by DraftKings and TNT to give us the opportunity, and it's credit to Max's, skill behind the booth or in the booth there. But we had no script. We just basically said that you can use a stat. Like, we wanted to pick the winners. Thank God we probably didn't do that.
Yeah, we had to watch our language. Not just swearing. I mean, like with language direction, we couldn't really give bets. We had to give stats.
Every script went through legal. Like every spot went through DraftKings and TNT legal before it aired.
Yeah, so smart.
When they're dealing with us. Smart. Yeah.
Well, basically, we were coming up with the scripts ourselves, right, Max? Like we were writing them ourselves. I don't know if you could tell that by what you're talking, but
we're not going to give it away where we got all our stats from. But yeah, it was on the DraftKings app. Okay, sure. We'll give it away.
Anyways, Updogg, it's good to be back in here with you, Maxie. Good to see you, Alex. New part of the squad back there. Chime in whenever you want, fella. We're just going to do a little Ireland recap here. We both got the green tarps on. First of all, Uppy, as a buddy, I want to say, dude, that trip. I mean, that was the best time I've spent with you in a long time.
Yeah. Can we sing him happy birthday on here, Max? Or what do we Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear big fella.
You'll fuck.
Happy birthday to you. It was a great trip, bro.
It was awesome.
It was insane. Thank you.
I laughed a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you to Billy Quinn, who's
and you putting it together, and Billy for being Billy.
Yeah.
Billy's the man.
I think it was the time change over there, right? We weren't on our phones.
Let's just blame it on the time.
We were on the time change. A lot of golf. But, dude, to you, man, it was a lot of laughs. I had a great time with you. Loops?
I've been on a lot of trips, okay? A lot of that I don't sleep much. A lot of dancing, whatever the case may be, all right?
You did a lot of
this one took years off my life, okay? This one, I can usually handle anything, but trying to keep up with you fucking Irish madman drinking whiskey, it took years off my life.
Yeah, you know what?
Shot for shot with you, the whiskey, and one ice cube, please.
Yeah.
JMO's, fuck, buddy. Hell of a time.
Let's get right there. I had it in here, but let's get right to the JMO with the ice cube. Listen, I talked a lot about drinking Jameson. Me and my boy, the Fat Daddy, back in the day, we loved our JMO. I like one ice cube in it. I just like one ice cube in it.
Yeah, it never melts. You drink that thing a shot anyway.
I'll go toe-to-toe with you on the JMOs, but I want that one ice cube. And you can contest to this. It's a tough look at Ireland. I got a lot of some girls. You put guys looking at me like I'm soft. Like the one ice cube is not a great look in Ireland, bro.
I was I gotta say, started to love the Redbreast over there. The Redbreast 12.
If you can drink Redbreast, that is the most potent fucking whiskey in the league. Billy Quinn gave me one on the back on the third 9 that we were gonna play at Hogshead.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to sip on this thing, and it's like it's a very good, smooth but strong Irish whiskey. If you can drink that, you can drink anything. Especially neat like you boys were.
Yeah, and I mean, it would be like pre-dinner, at dinner, fucking breakfast. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. If people are drunk 24/7 over here, it's great. No wonder they're good golfers.
They are drunk.
And no wonder they can wear shorts in the fucking prevailing winds, 40-mile-an-hour headwind with the sleet and hail coming from the left.
Oh, man.
Huh?
Listen, the play for you bigger boys, if you go over to Ireland, and shout out to my boy Dennis Shannon, who always said this about guys that are, Dennis, what are we, a little heavier set, a little chunky, whatever you want to call us.
Waterproof socks.
This is what you do. Oh, the waterproof socks are excellent. You go shorts all the time, rain pants in the bag, and then you just pull the rain pants out.
Yeah.
I wore pants the round at K Club, and then after that, I wore shorts the rest of the way and just put my rain pants on if I need it. So for you bigger boys out there, if you go to Ireland, just put the rain gear in the fucking bag, wear the shorts. That's all you need.
Well, you know where you can learn a lot is just what the caddies are doing. Total caddies are there every day, rain or shine. Yeah. What they want to, they will do what the player wants to do. Are we going?
Yeah.
It's fucking pouring rain on the first tee box. Are we playing the next 4 hours in this? They ask you. You're like, yeah. They're like, let's go. They're in shorts. No. They're in shorts. Fucking, got a tea in their mouth. They're just fucking. They smell like a brewery. They've been out the night before.
They're beauties.
Beauties.
I mean, the Irish people in general, I think you would say the same, are just so nice. I thought everyone was super. I mean, that's because they're all drunk the whole time, but they're so nice. You want to talk about the simple life. And sometimes we we've been very lucky to do what we've done, and we're lucky to be doing this now. And, sometimes we get caught up and want to do this and that. And you look at them, they're just like, let's just work today, go to the pub, listen to some Irish jig, go home, have a potato, go to bed.
Listen,
you boys were eating like trucks over there.
It took me maybe.
You should have seen these orders at dinner. These guys were
3 or 4 days in. Obes, I was catching up with my parents, and I called Big Scott, and I'm like, Dad, I just got to tell you, man, it makes me feel good being over here. Like never really spent quality time in Ireland. I'm here with my boys. We're playing some incredible golf. We're enjoying the finer things. We're going out. It's just Obie's birthday. We're playing we're like got a guy playing live tunes for us and all this shit. And I'm like, but it reminds me every fucking second over here of you guys, my family, and of the way you guys lived your life, simple in Newfoundland, fucking listening to music, hanging out with friends, having fires, fucking dealing with the rain and the fucking fog and shit. And I'm like, but they love life. This is what they do over here. They're all fucking friendly. They welcome you into their bar. They smile when you ask for a drink. They give you another fucking drink because they want you to get drunk.
Yeah.
And it's a way of life that reminds me of growing up and reminds me of my family. So I was like, this is a place I could live. It's fucking great.
No, and as your buddy, I could tell that brought that out in you right away when you got there. Yeah, and we're gonna get into Newfoundland in Uppy's world, but like you could tell that like you would talk to these local people and you'd be like, "Fuck, they just sound like my mom and dad back home or people in Newfoundland." And we're gonna get into Newfoundland because that was a fucking time, Updogg. But let's go back to the start here. I got a little run. Let's go. First of all, a shout out to the captain of the fucking squad, Billy Quinn. Just had shoulder surgery. He's doing.
He laid it all out there.
He laid it all out there.
He did.
He played his guts out. He only missed one round. But he still came out, walked with us, looked for our golf balls that day, was blowing a fucking 40 miles an hour.
What a day for him to come walk.
The plane ride over, though, right? We get on the plane, and Loops is worried, right? Loops is all worried about, like, it's going to be a long travel day. So we fly from Orange County to Dallas. He's like,
what's he not worried about?
Yeah, he's like,
usually not worried about anything.
Yeah, and he's like, fuck, how long is it from, here to, we thought we were going to St. John's, but we ended up going to Bangor, Maine to fuel up. And long story short, we get on the plane, we start playing guts, and we're about to land in Bangor, Maine, and we're like, what? We're landing already? No, let's keep this thing going. So the guts game that you learned to play with MJ was unbelievable. Some of the hands we got were like, I'm like, boys, this is not how the game's meant to be played.
The first deck before anyone really won got up to like 4 Gs.
I know.
I felt kind of bad because Billy doesn't really gamble, and we're like, now it's grab a sack.
Yeah.
If you think you're gonna,
yeah. So basically, Max, this game is a three card poker
3-card draw.
Yeah, 3-card draw. You pay to get another card. You make your 3 best card poker hand. So typically, a good hand is a pair of aces would be typically a good hand,
with 4 guys. With that's
4
a good
guys.
Yeah.
Fuck, Updogg gets a flush. I go in, I get a straight. Updogg gets a flush. Another flush. Loops gets a flush. Straight. Like it was. Just
but the game is key because it's luck where after you have your 3 cards and there's money in the pot, you all put your hand out with the dice, and if you want to play for the pot against someone else, you got to drop your dice for 3. So 1, 2, 3, and if 2 guys drop their dice,
it's on.
The winning hand takes the pot, and the loser has to match the pot, and that's how it builds. Because then you got to pay another 20 for a card, and if 3 guys go, then 2 guys are paying what's in the pot. Yeah. So it builds and builds and builds. Well, we all had these fucking crazy hands. So next thing I know, I'm like, holy shit, guys.
So up here, sorry, playing the game. We're like, boys, we're playing $100 buy-ins, right? Or you guys were playing thousands with MJ or whatever it was, but we're playing $100. We're like, boys, we're like, trust me, it doesn't get going. Don't worry, this will be a friendly game. Fucking boom, boom, boom. Billy Quinn's like, what's going on?
Hey, how quick was Loops to be like, this fucking game sucks. This game, it's all luck, guys. There's no fucking skill in this. And I'm like, shut up, Loops, just because you haven't won any of these.
They ain't won a hand. He was like,
what a game.
This game's great. So we get to Bangor, Maine, we land, and then now Loops doesn't want to sleep. No one really wants to sleep. Now we're playing cards, and we're like, well, we got 4 more hours to Ireland from Bangor, Maine. What do we do? And I'm like, we're going to have to put a fucking tranquilizer in Upshaw's neck to get him to fucking go to bed. And I'm like, this guy is not fucking shut her down. So Billy steps in and is like, we got to shut her down. It's the play because we're landing in Dublin at 10 o'clock. So the boys, whatever, we take what we need to take to fucking go down to sleep. And we sleep and we get to Ireland. We go check in at Portmarnock. And then we hit the town running. We go no sleep right to Dublin and get it going.
Yeah.
Great day, bro. I thought Dublin was, dude, me and Mac, by the way, Mac L, dude, we didn't see anything at Dublin, man. I didn't even know there was a river that went through the fucking city. I'm like, me and Mac L literally sat in just bars the whole time. So that day I thought it was a great way to start the trip. Right?
It was an amazing
chips for the boys, get her going.
Yeah, how many fish and chips did you have, by the way? I think you went on a stretch of having them about, how many would
I
you
had
say?
fish and chips at least 4 straight nights for dinner. I had Irish stew as much as I could, and I was eating taters like they're going out.
Yeah, totally.
I somehow lost weight on that trip. What was that bit?
Well,
hey, listen. You're a fit guy. You're a life force guy. We were getting like 25,000 steps a day, max, golfing, walking.
Oh, 9 miles a day.
9 miles a day we were walking.
So I knew we were in for a great trip when the first bar we walked into in Ireland to sit and have a Guinness and one of Billy Quinn's favorite Irish whiskeys, there was this band playing called Pickin' on Series. Okay, Pickin' on Series. It's pickin' like with an apostrophe and an on series. And this little folky band covers all kinds of like alternative rock bands, like 90s fucking school, like whatever. So we walk in and they're playing like the Black Album, Pearl Jam. Yeah. We're like listening to this. We're like, this is fucking Pearl Jam right now. And it's one of our favorite. It's like banjo, ding-ding, and then the bartender had this sick beard who was giving us like he was like, you first day here? We're like, yeah. He's like, oh, all right, good bar you fucking showed up in. And we're like, what is this? He's like, oh, it's a band. It's a U.S. band. Pickin' on Series. So we're like, fuck, this is great. And then it was probably 4 or 5 drinks there and lunch. And then we hit Temple Bar, which is an area in Dublin where everyone's drinking on the street.
Yeah.
And
it was just a beautiful
live bands everywhere and beautiful day. And then we hit up my favorite spot that I go to, the Dean Hotel.
Yeah.
Great terrace on the rooftop. It's world class. And then from there, I mean, fucking our boy Billy, BQ that night. Yeah, he tried to go toe to toe with me on the whiskeys. He did.
I had to take him home. He was all right.
Team guy.
He was tired. Yeah, I took him home.
Yeah.
But I texted you an update, so I'll be right back. And then we stayed at Dean Hotel. It was unbelievable. That place is, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Is the coolest the word?
Classy.
Yeah. If you're looking for a classy spot, that's the place to go.
Dublin, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was a great opener. Great opener. And then the golf began. Should we talk about your first golf game there?
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, we can. We're going to get into that. And then the second night, before we get into the courses, if you're ever, this is just for you fellas out there, if you're ever going to Dublin and you're playing Portmarnock, there's this little town called Malahide. And the fucking pub, what was it called? Uppy Kidneys or Gibbies or
Gibbies.
I'll tell you what, this place was fucking going off.
It was.
The DJ was a fucking 50-year-old Irish guy. 65-year-old Irish guy. But he was playing anything from fucking Irish jig to fucking
old school
80s to Tiesto to fucking Avicii to
Mariah Carey to
Alanis Morissette to fucking Oasis to
Tommy Cochran.
It was going unreal. And I'll tell you what, they were too young for us, but these young, pretty Irish girls that were in there, there's no drinking age in Ireland, eh? We asked what's the drinking age here. They said if you can stand,
if you can walk, drink. Yeah, that can be in there boozing.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, this town with some of these beautiful Irish women, they were dressed beautifully. They had good style.
You're dancing. See, you see the beauty and everything.
It was great. So Malahide, shout out to them. If you're ever in Dublin or out in Portmarnock, check it out. It's a good local feel. Fuck, do we get tuned up in there? Me and Loop stayed up till 6 o'clock to watch the Diaz fucking Paul fight. I put money on the Diaz Paul fight. Billy Quinn, team guy. He's the only guy that's got the VPN on the phone, so he's sleeping on the couch. The Updogg went to bed. That's when you know you're staying up too late. The Updogg went to bed, and me and Loops just sitting in the lobby watching Jake Paul and Nate Diaz fight because we put money on it. Fight ended at 6 a.m.
Tough getting out of the wrapper for the golf game there. And we had to carry our bags. I was going to bring up the first round of the trip.
Yeah, bring it up.
You didn't make one par.
I didn't make one par.
Max, it's hard to do. This guy's a good golfer. It's hard. That's almost impossible to do, but it was different elements. Never seen him before.
Well, I woke up. And we jumped in. That was the Irish Sea we jumped in, was it not?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so we jumped up.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Was the Atlantic
That's the Atlantic, yeah.
Okay, so we jumped the Atlantic. Loops and Uppy are already there. Me and Billy, we're taking those boys on. I'm feeling great. I get there. There's no range, but there's a little net you hit into.
Mm-hmm.
So I take a little 7-iron, just a little Smoothie Douglas 7 to try and loosen up the body. and I swing, and my back is like there's 2 knives sticking in the middle of it. I'm like, fuck, here we go. So I already know I'm fucked.
Hole 1 of 300 and something, whatever.
I haven't hit a shot yet, Max. I already got a bad back from just drinking and dancing like a fucking idiot. So I knew going in. And then on the back nine, I go to these fucking 2 guys. I'm like, boys, I haven't made a par. And they started laughing.
I thought he was joking. I actually had the scorecard.
Why would I joke about that?
I had the scorecard par. And I'm like, I go to Loops like down 16 or 17. I go, he hasn't actually made a par. He's fucking serious.
I haven't.
This is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of bogeys on that
You
round.
guys come up with some sort of penalty for that? Like,
It was just a lot of like making fun.
Yeah, I mean, my pride was hurt.
Lupul was walking in birdie putts on him too.
Oh my
God. It was an all-time fuck fest, yeah.
It's too bad Loops isn't here. I wanted to get him in the studio for this, but I mean, he was walking in. He came out of the gates swinging that golf club like he never had a back surgery in his life. I'm like, I said to you that halfway through the first round, I go, does this guy know we got 9 more days of this?
Yeah.
Like he's swinging like out of his shoes and he's walking putts in. He's pumpernickel. Billy's got a broken arm. Billy can't even hit. I'm fucking jammed up. I'm like, 2 ex-NHLers are just laying the woods to us. And I'm like, boys, all right, we get it. So you guys beat us 6 ways from
We worked you on the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second day, listen to this, Max. Second day, we played Portmarnock. We played Portmarnock Hotel Links the first day. Great course. Shout out to Pierre McGuire. We saw Pierre there.
Yeah.
And his kid who plays at Colgate.
He's playing at Colgate. Yeah.
Yeah. Great guy, Pierre.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Shout out to Tom Gallardi, who actually owns the Dallas Stars, and the Kamloops Blazers, my junior team, who owns the hotel and golf course. Comped our golf round. Beautiful.
Yeah.
We spoke to him at the restaurant, that old, it's called the Jameson Bar.
Yeah.
In that great little bar.
Well, remember the Jameson house was right on the course and and remember the graveyard?
Yeah, the family.
The first hole, there's a graveyard. There's a Jameson house there and then a graveyard right on the first hole.
Where like
don't hit in the fucking graveyard.
like where the Jameson family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty epic.
I would say for you fellas out there, if you're looking for a golf trip and you can't do it fucking Billy Quinn style like we did, that Portmarnock, 25 minutes from Dublin, there's the one hotel course and the other course that I'm sure you could get on. But I mean, for just a couple days of golf, you stay right there, you walk on the first tee. It was pretty sick.
Go to Gibby's and Malahide.
Gibby's. What a spot. So the second round, I wake up, me and Loops, me and Loops stay up till 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a 1 o'clock tea time. So I'm like fucking scrambling. What I do after the first, it rained on us the first day, Max. So we're on 13 green and Billy Quinn goes, fuck, we could have wore shorts today. By the time we got to 14 tee box, we had our rain gear on. That's how quick this like storm just blew in off the fucking ocean water. So I go upshell style. I get back to the hotel. I'd make a par. I air out my rain gear, right? What would Uppy do? I air it out. It's in my fucking bathroom. I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm going to bounce back on these motherfuckers. I get pinned till 6 o'clock watching the fight with Luke. I wake up. I'm fucking running to the fucking cab. I forget my fucking rain gear. And we get to about what?
Number 10. It was 11 tee.
11 tee, and she starts raining. I'm like, boys, let's just go fucking sit her out. Let's just go wait her out for a second here. Like, let's just wait her out for a second. I got my rain gear. What? You can't fucking do that.
Course is packed, eh? Course is packed.
I'll be a fucking pussy. I'm like, I don't want to get drenched here, boys. I got 9 more days of golf. My shoes, I was thinking big picture.
Yeah. I already air out my fucking rain gear. Now you're going to make me air out my Nikes?
I'll tell you what, the rain gear never left the bag the rest of the trip.
No, I can't. By the way, anyone going to Ireland, do not fuck with your rain gear. Keep it in your bag. And your umbrella.
This guy, boys, he had a fucking umbrella. He had waterproof socks. And he had this fucking thing that you got from the golf store. Right?
Yeah.
That was sick.
It was a good little tool. It was a club that goes in your bag.
Yeah.
With no, not an umbrella. It's it looks like an umbrella, but it's more of just a waterproof thing and hangs over like a towel. So it seeps and doesn't let any of this shit in there. And it was Jimmy Key. And the thing goes in like a fishing rod, like an umbrella, like a smaller one. So you can shove it and jam it up the side of your bag's ass if you want to.
I mean, this guy, we're playing the up tees. This guy is like, and I get to every tee max on the first day and I'm fucking in one. And I'm like, go to the caddy. I'm like, yo, how far is that bunker on the left there, bro? He's like, that can't carry that. It's 240. I'm like, fuck, that's into the fan. Updogg just steps up, doesn't even ask the number. Just fucking flies it by like 40 fucking yards. I'm trying to like finesse a 2-iron up there. I'm like, this guy is just ripping driver.
Yeah. I beat driver around that country, yeah.
You beat driver around the whole fucking, the last day at Waterville, you got a little leaky with it, but the rest of the time you were just airmail and pop bunkers for fun. Just shitting on them. But yeah. I forgot my rain gear. We show up, we had to fucking use no caddies. We had one caddy, Flanny. He didn't do a thing but walk around and just chirp. And I picked up the on like the sixth hole. I picked up the flag and I was like, "Hey, Flanny, do you know how much this weighs, bud?" The guy goes, "Because you haven't fucking picked one up all day."
And he's like, "You know what the difference is between Canadians and a canoe?" We're like, "What the fuck is this, Flanny?" He's like, "Canoes tip better." I'm like, we're like, "Fuck you, Flanny. You haven't fucking give us one read all day.
Oh,
you're
just getting in the way.
You're barely getting fucking on here."
Oh, it was
lock. Good guy though.
Good guy. We had the carry all bag though, and Loops literally texted me, I think the day before, like I wouldn't even carry my all bag at Augusta, I don't think. And then I showed up. I'm like, "Well, you're carrying that Portmarnock." Great 2 courses though.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, you want to buzz through the courses and what we thought.
Yeah, let's go. And this is where I love Portmarnock. Like I said, I think it'd be a great trip for anyone that wants to go over there.
Yeah.
But this is when the trip started getting going first. We jump in the car. Shout out to Quinner driving us, but we go to K Club. And dude, I woke up that morning and I had fucking Lupul back too, man. I'm walking like I'm going to take a piss in the morning. I'm like, dude, all I'm thinking, Max, is I set this golf trip up. I got Upshaw over here fucking away from his family for 10 days. If I can't play one round of golf, I'm going to have to listen to this guy fucking light me up about, like, are you fucking kidding me? You set up the trip. I'm not even playing. I'm over here fucking. So I'm like, no wonder what I'm playing. So I go for a little walk in the morning. I just have a coffee. It's starting to loosen up a little bit. And this guy, of all people, Maxie, who's sleeping in, I go, "Billy, go fucking bang on his door," because he's not answering. I guarantee he's sleeping. So Billy goes, bangs on his door. "All right, boys, I'm coming." So we're waiting for him, and out comes Lupul, and he's walking like he shit his pants. Like he's like, "Obie, I'm in one. There's no way I can play today." I'm like, "I know, me too, buddy. But we got a 45-minute drive. We'll figure it out." So we get there, we drive. Nice drive. Good highways there.
That was easy. Yeah, it was just on the other side of Dublin.
Yeah. We're in the big seat, have a nice time, me and you.
Yeah.
And we get out and this is not funny, but Loops just starts spasming. His back starts spasming. And I
hit the deck.
I put some CBD rub on him trying to help, and this thing is just like, it was brutal. So we lost Loops for K Club.
Mm-hmm.
But what'd you think of K Club?
K Club was great. We had great caddies. A good young kid was great. Where you got to see where Rory McIlroy made that incredible shot at the Irish Open a couple years back.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
It hosted a Ryder Cup where it's 2000 and like early 2000s because the pictures are all epic. The photos in the clubhouse were epic.
It was right after the year Darren Clark lost his wife. I think he won the Open Championship and then maybe played in the Ryder Cup. It was that year because there's pictures of him in there crying. I mean, the clubhouse was spectacular.
But
the course was beautiful.
A non-traditional Irish club. They call it.
Is it Parkland?
They call it Parkland golf.
Yeah.
Like basically, that's what we're used to over here. Yeah. It's like hit and I don't know what they say. It's like target golf. Yeah. Where link style golf is a completely different.
Yeah, this was tree line. This was tree line with lots of rough bunkers,
limited wind, limited conditions. But they were building up the course because I think first week in September they're playing the Irish Open there, which they got all their guys. All their guys coming back before Ryder Cup, right, to play. And they had the rough going. The greens were mint. The clubhouse was great. Good spa. Great. By the way, the spa got Lupul back in it. We had him in the hot tub. I was actually doing like these fucking hip exercises.
I know. I was
pulling on his legs and shit, just trying to get him back. And I mean, he got back in the saddle.
Listen, he was up for the Masterton Trophy once in his career. He's up for the Masterton again. I mean, the way he came back, and we're going to get to Adare, but should I tell the story about our Irish caddy? The young guy, he's playing golf.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm like, "Hey, you got Instagram, bud?" He's like, fuck, I just had to fucking get rid of it. I'm like, "Why is that?" Fuck, I was up in Galloway there fucking this weekend and fucking the banged this broad and fucking next thing you know, she's from my own fucking county. I said, fuck. I go, "Did you know before you banged her that she's from your county?" "Nah, I didn't know till after." I go, "It's just a bad bounce. I'll shake that one off." He's like, "I know, but my girlfriend, she can track her down on Instagram, and I'm a little fucking worried about it." I'm like, it's just a bad bounce.
How old are you again? He's like 18.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know what? I go, he's about to just start playing pro golf, I think, in Europe.
Great golfer, yeah.
Great golfer.
Yeah.
Although he skanked the first one.
He skanked one, but he had a lot of pressure.
Great kid. We showed him like some of the Missin Curfew stuff, the fights and some of your hits. And
yeah, he loved it.
Fuck. And then Conor McGregor has a house on K Club. So I went around asking people about Conor McGregor in Ireland. I didn't get a lot of the answers I wanted. A lot of people don't like him.
Some of the girls didn't like him. Bad image over there, a little bit. The guys used to love him, but then I guess now kind of it's a little much. Like they know it's a show. Probably because they've seen him come up and really, this you would know more, but really loved who he was and what he stood for coming in.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of, but he's a businessman.
Yeah, and I said to some of the caddies that we talked to about, and I said this to Loops, because Loops is hard on McGregor a lot now. And me and Loops love McGregor. Like, that's when we were playing the show, UFC, we loved him.
Yep.
Fuck, dude, the guy's got, 200 bananas in the fucking... It would probably change us too a little bit. Like, we wouldn't be the same probably guy you were. Like, now there's been stuff that he's done, like punching a guy in the pub and stuff like that. That's not great. But I just think these Irish people are so... They love the small little things in life that they don't really give a fuck. Like, I just think they think he's a bit of a clown now.
Yeah,
right?
Look at the way these, most of the people we met over there, how they live and how they treat people and how they are. And it's kind of non-typical of like Conor McGregor fashion.
Yeah,
no,
I can see
there's only one of one Conor McGregors in the world, really. But, most of the people over there we met were complete opposite to what Conor McGregor is.
Exactly. Well said. So K-Club was sick. And then Adare Manor in 2027, fellas. The Ryder Cup's coming to this place.
Yeah.
I mean, this place
is heaven on earth, for one. It's the nicest golf course I've ever played. I put it ahead of Pine Valley.
Yep.
Tom Fazio, we got to have a drink at the halfway house with Tom Fazio, who recently redid the course and has turned this thing into the Augusta National of Europe. It is a old castle that they redone. It's a hotel. You have to stay at the hotel to play.
Yeah.
They have
which is cheap.
State-of-the-art spa, fitness, padel facility. For those of you who listen to the pod, have been playing padel, and
I get why you like padel.
Yeah, they got the only two indoor courts in Ireland. So I set up and I played. You came in and watched it. You guys were like, you crazy bastard. I got up and played padel in the morning before we drove off, right?
Well, your back wasn't really sore, right? Yeah, you were dealing with a blister.
I was dealing with a blister, and then, my back can get jammed up, but neither here nor there.
Yeah.
That's least of my worries. But it was...
Isn't that the truth?
For those of you who maybe seen our Instagram for that, and we're going to post a bunch more, we're going to hand our stuff to Princey to do a cool fucking video of our trip. But this place has some of the most epic shots you can picture on a golf course with the castle there.
Dude.
And it is mint. There's not a blade of grass out of place.
Yeah.
The greens are insane.
Insane.
It's going to be a treat, what you just said. Ryder Cup 2027 will look so spectacular on TV. To the fact they built fiber optic cables underneath the course to handle all the TV that they're going to need for television.
Like, this place is next.
This is fucking out of control, boys. Yeah. Old horse carriage, like fucking in the driveway when you come up. Clubhouse was insane. Great logo.
Awesome. The caddies were great there.
Fuck, it's just a special place.
Like
you don't pick up a tee there. You hit a fucking drive, the caddy comes, grabs your tee. It's crazy.
Picks all your ball marks for you. Like it's insane, Maxie. And how good did it smell in there?
Yeah.
We checked in
that's right. You can actually buy it online. I actually asked them. I went in and I'm like, fuck, I can't carry around this fragrance. And they're like, we'll ship you fragrances from here. There's 3 kinds.
I'll take one.
Yeah.
If you're going to buy it. Yeah. Beautiful golf course, fellas, 2027. Remember, you heard it here first, me and the Updogg. This place is going to look so sick. Then we jump back in the car. Maybe this is a good time to talk about the fucking roads now in Ireland. So the roads in Ireland, I mean, Updogg, I loved everything about the country, but the fucking roads were gnarly. I was so nervous on that drive.
Well, you and me were in the back seat the whole time. After Lupul messed up his back, you kind of took it, but I was going to sit in the back no matter what.
I liked it back there with you. I'm not going to lie.
But I got to tell you, there were some times when either between Billy working his phone, because he doesn't quite like Billy. I love you to death.
Yeah.
But when you got that phone driving on the wrong side of the road and using the navigation, like zooming in and zoom, I'm like, Jesus Christ, just put it on the...
And trust.
We need to get one of those magnets.
Yeah.
Keep it there.
I know.
And then just focus on the tunes or whatever, right?
I hear you.
You kind of look like me driving up there, doing one thing, doing his hair, blow drying his hair, fucking putting in a can of dip.
He did, I mean, Max, to be honest, like these roads, brother.
It was nuts.
I don't think we're like, they're so fucking tiny, man. Like and they got these big tractors coming and we're on the wrong side of the road. We're like, hands. Fucking kidding me?
Totally, buddy. Tiny. Speaking about that one shower, I got in this one shower and I go, there's no way Obie got in this fucking shower. There's no way. He's going to come out just no shower because it was like trying to fit in this water bottle.
Where was that?
It was at the one hotel.
Oh, fuck. The little B&B we stayed at?
Yeah.
After all that.
Yeah, I looked at it and I go, holy fuck, this is tiny.
Yeah, but dude, I mean, our amenities were for Europe. I
top
notch because when I lived in Finland and Austria, and even when I went to Italy last year, some of those hotels I couldn't fit in the shower.
What was the best? What was your best like sleeping experience there? I know we didn't sleep much, but
I slept great. I mean, the
how about when we split up when we had to share rooms there?
Yeah. when I had to kick Lupul out of my bed because he was fucking farting.
Buddy, Lupul,
get out of my fucking bed.
He slept
Lupul.
in his clothes the one time.
Get out of my bed.
He was walking around the room stumbling. I'm already in bed. Like, I'm fucking ready to sleep. We're getting up early. And I look over and he just fucking finally lays down. His one leg is on the floor. So, of course, I don't want to fuck it up because if you're going to puke or whatever, like, he was that drunk. It was your birthday night.
Yeah, he was drunk.
And he had one leg on the floor and one leg on the bed. I go, that's actually a trick that works sometimes.
Oh, you're the one down, yeah.
So I didn't fuck with it, but I wake up in the morning to go play padel, and he's still like that. He's got his cheese. I go, if his back wasn't sore this morning, he's fucked now. And so I throw his leg on. I go, Loops, fuck, you got a yoga session in an hour. He barely could speak, yeah.
But he came out, first 4 holes, he was in one out of Adare, but he battled back and played great after the first 4 holes. I'm like, start drinking, have a beer. Let's have a shot of JMO.
There was no problem.
Yeah. That's what you have to do, I think, at that point. To answer your questions, I was literally rubbing the sheets in my bed at Adare. They were so nice.
I know. Good beds.
Firm bed was unbelievable.
Firm beds. I'm actually ready to toss my Tempur-Pedic right out the fucking window.
You were loving the beds.
The firmness.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't obviously doing any thumping over there, but, the firm bed.
You were.
How is the firm bed for thumping? I don't know. Is it Jimmy Key? Do you have a firm bed at home?
I think I got like a medium.
How's your work bench?
My fucking bench has been working great lately.
Good work bench?
Yeah.
Okay.
I came back from Ireland horned up. I'm not.
Yeah, because I bet me too. By the way, that was Newfoundland. But anyway, I like the bounce back. You don't get that on the Tempur-Pedic. I'm ready to toss the
like
Tempur-Pedic.
a water bed, eh? So you can really
Yeah. Remember that? I used to have a water bed.
remember that. All right, let's stay on track here, fella. Then we went to Old Head, boys, and honestly, if you guys, fellas, listen out there, this place is public track, but it's literally on its own little island. We pull in, there's not a fucking cloud in the sky.
Best day of the summer, they said.
Best day of the summer.
And best views in the country.
Can't even describe it.
No. There's one lighthouse on the peak, and then there's 4 or 5 holes coming into it on the front 9, and then 4 or 5 holes going outside the back of it on the back. And I mean, arguably Pebble Beach of Europe, right?
Yeah.
Like for views, probably better, higher cliffs.
If you looked over this cliff, Max, you wouldn't be hitting your ball. Like you look over and it's like,
yeah,
see you later. Like 100 feet, were we up there probably? Or I don't even.
More than that.
More than that.
On the back 9, me and Loop's got an incredible photo walking where all those bugs were, remember?
Yeah.
Fucking weird bugs. Anyway, we beelined it through to walk on this path. And I mean, you look down and if you fucking misstep, if you're walking outside of a pub like that, you're
game over.
See you later.
So great coast. We leave Old Head driving into this little B&B. It's a 45-minute drive. We come out of Old Head and there's a fog. That Updogg's in the back. He's like, "Hey, Quitter, fire on your high beams bunch." See if that works. High beams, more fog. I'm like, sitting back there, just like, give me this fucking hotel. But
oh fuck,
it was a beautiful track. And then Hogshead, where we ended up staying. I mean, Billy Quinn's a member there. This place is. What was our boy we met? Brian from good Pennsylvania guy, Brian and Val.
Oh yeah,
great guy.
Brian's a beauty.
He just loved the bar more than golf. I'm like, you're my type of guy, bro.
Totally.
He's like, I'm not playing.
Coming in, laughing, want a cigar. He was drinking Redbreast with me.
Remember, so his wife shows up and she's a little chap because they left like 83-degree weather in Pennsylvania, and he's like, He turns like he has a couple of drinks with me and Upsy. Like, look at hun, look how nice the weather's getting. He looks there, it's like cloudy. He's like, look at hun, look how nice the weather's getting.
And then he's like, we landed and we drove in and we stopped at a pub.
Yeah.
A couple beers at the pub.
Like a surprise, like shocker shit or something.
Yeah, like of course he lands in Ireland. You're not just gonna come right to the hotel. Got to stop at a pub.
Yeah, he's a beauty. But Hogshead it has a little American feel to it. But the golf course is beautiful, linksy. But the setup there, like the boys were in the spa every day. We're getting massages. You talk about smelling good. That whole place smelled unbelievable. The food was great.
Bed's great.
It was unbelievable. And then obviously we played Waterville and then Trelay.
Come on, bud.
Come on. I mean, if we could have had Maxi, with us
content creating there.
The celebration. All right, I'll walk you guys through it. All right, my old caddy. We're gonna get into caddies in our next little segment here, but my caddy was fucking 83-year-old guy. We're gonna get into him. He's
Maurice.
Old Mo. Yeah, Old Morris. He goes, laddie, you hit her right there at the fucking left side of that fucking that green, and you played 165 yards. I said, okay, fella. And I've been just slashing it. Then I almost went back to a 9-iron. So I'm giving you guys the whole story here. I almost went back to 9-iron. I said, hit the fucking 8. You haven't squared one up all day.
No.
Hit the fucking 8. Buck boys, Updogg. I hit her crispy rice, spicy tuna, and it was takes off.
Sickest shot.
Right where old Mo fucking told me to go. And the wind hits it, and now she's coming back here, and it hits on the back. of a back little slope, and here it comes, and me and Updogs like get in, and I had a feeling in my stomach of like that I've never had before, and sure enough, boom, down she goes. I throw my fucking hat. The wind grabs my hat. It goes 100 yards in the fescue. I pick Uppy up. I'm throwing Uppy. Uppy's more excited than I am. I grab Lupul. I grab Billy. Now I'm almost having a heart attack. So now I gotta take it. I'm like, hold on. I'm fucking about to go down here. And then up because
I'm like, let's run to the field. You're like, fuck no, I can't run to the fucking green. Fuck no. Can't do what Steph created. Yeah. I'll die. And then we were walking up, and I'm like, Jesus. And now I see Billy. He's got his phone out. You know, he's getting some great fucking content, Max. And I go Instagram live, of course, and I turn back to Obes, and I'm like, fucking hole in one, right? And then I'm like, they're like, we can't go here. I'm like, fucking right. You just got a hole in one. Do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Right, it
literally said, stay out of this long grass. Like, it really said right there. Up, he's like, I got a hole in one. Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
And then, of course, we go up, and it's full pumpernickel, and the flag, and the group behind us is clapping, and they're coming down. And I mean, it was a full out-of-body experience.
It was crazy, boys, to think, like, not to get too deep here, but to think, like, on your 40th birthday with your two buddies that are turning 40 that you've been buddies with forever. We're in Ireland. It's blowing 40 miles an hour. And fuck, to get my hole in one. Like, I was just like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. Maybe there's somebody up there looking out for the big fella. It was crazy. It was a crazy experience.
Fucking that guy, right?
Yeah. Maybe Hazy. Fucking Hazy might have been the one that's just fucking nudged over the line for.
Fuck, bud.
Yeah, Broadway. Attaboy, Broadway. Would have nudged her over the line for a fella. But it was crazy. And then we get to hole 9, and I was telling Max the story before we got in here, and it starts raining. And Loops, God, I love Loops. But on like hole 2 or 3, he's like, it's so fucking windy. We can't play in this. I'm like, this is why we came here, bro. We like just embrace it. No one cares what we shoot. Let's just fucking bring it on. Let's just try to tackle this monster. Then I get the hole in 1. It rains on 9. I'm like, Uppy, we got to finish this round. And you're like, no fucking kidding. We're finishing. What are you talking about?
Oh, it was a bloodbath on the back too, by the way. It was so hard. They say the hardest 9 holes in Europe, basically. Yeah. Like, it's the best 9, hardest 9 in Europe. And on that side of the pond, there's a lot of good golf courses. It's fucking crazy. Like, some of the, I remember you looking at me, you're like, I stepped up with the driver, I think, on this one hole.
Oh my God.
And you go, I hit it, it was perfect. And it lands in the most epic spot. And of course, it's like 110 yards in. And you're just like, what the fuck were you looking at there? Like, where were you trying to go with that? I just said, I stepped up and hit it. Like,
so yeah, he's been
there was nowhere to go.
He's been hitting his driver fucking great all week, but we're playing at 40 mile an hour wind, and right is the fucking Atlantic Ocean. And before the Atlantic Ocean, there's beach and fucking fescue from like the movie Braveheart, like fucking up this fucking high. And he steps up there, and he's taking her down the right side. I'm like, this fucking guy, like, he's not even worried. He just hits this big old fucking power cut that no wind touches. And I'm just like, he gets a clean thumb up. I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking there? He's like, I wasn't thinking anything. I was just bombing it. I'm like,
it's fucking great.
Your caddy, who is an absolute
Mikey goes, great guy, follows us now. He'll be listening to this, hopefully. Beauty.
We make the turn. He goes, this is the best fucking 9 holes in all of Europe. And today it's going to play like a fucking animal. But anyways, the caddies, man.
Caddies are a highlight of my trip. Great caddies. Thanks to all you gents and laddies.
Gents and laddies, which just about my caddy, a fucking old Mo, 83 years old. He caddies Mondays, Tuesdays, takes Wednesdays off, Thursday, Fridays.
Never seen a hole in one?
Never seen a hole in one in his 32 years of caddying.
Buddy, never seen a hole in one.
Yeah. Doesn't drink anymore.
Smokes fuck.
Just smokes unfiltered
filterless tobacco.
Fucking hand-rolled darts.
Doesn't drink.
Have you seen the movie Grumpy Old Men?
He looks.
Come on, Alex. Have you seen the movie? Anyways, there's this movie Grumpy Old Men.
Oh my God.
Where the 2 guys are grandpas, but their dad is the old guy that just sits in the fucking fishing hut and drinks whiskey and eats bacon and smokes fucking darts. And old Mo looks like this guy. Princey fired up on the social would be sick. But that's what you remind me of. And after like the 3rd hole, he goes, Laddie, Shane, come here. I said, what's up, Mo? You're better than this, son. You're better than this. I go, you've never seen me play. You're better than this, son. You're better than this.
So on the back 9, Mo loses his hat, okay? And he's got a fisherman hat on. And Obie's in the back. Obie's down the fairway with him, and they're talking and fucking grabbing something out of his bag, and his hat's fucking off, and he's got white hair, and it's all in the wind. And Billy's looking at me, and I see the hat going, and it's going fucking.
It's going in the water.
It's going to the Braveheart fescue, and I start fucking running after this thing, and I dive like 3rd base, like fucking dive to 3rd, and I grab it, and Billy's dying laughing, And I only did it because I wanted to chuckle out of the boys too. Like, it was a pretty risky play. and I turned back and I'm like, yeah, no, oops, fucking didn't see it. I'm dying laughing. And then next hole, fucking Mo, we're all looking for me and Lupul's ball. It's fucking down this massive hill.
The heaviest rough on the course.
And the fucking golf clubs, Mo's golf clubs, just start.
Uppy's clubs. Mo was supposed to be doing Michael a favor and holding his keep an eye on Uppy's clubs. Well, old Mo forgot. And Uppy's clubs can a gust of wind, and they're fucking humming down the best time of year. And I just got in front of it like
my clubs would have been in the Atlantic Ocean too. It would have been
fucking,
fun. I would have actually died laughing. It would have been funny.
There was another time on the front nine where same thing. Michael was looking for probably Loops' drive, and old Mo was supposed to keep his eye on your clubs. It was right after my hole in one, actually. I think it was 8. And Uppy's clubs are heading for the fucking cliff. And it just, the gods, Broadway fucking just, they stopped right there. Uppy's clubs were like tinkering. I'm like, holy fuck.
He's 83, man.
83.
Wow. Couldn't make this shit up. It was great.
But all the caddies were unbelievable guys. Your guy Michael knew that course like back to his hand.
Grew up there, played there, member there since he's a kid. And then actually, while he was playing, he gets a call from his wife and his 11-year-old daughter playing Gaelic football. We love to get into this fucking crazy sport, these little bastards. And she gets an elbow in the nose, cracks her nose, thinks she's got a broken nose at the hospital. He's just like, fuck. Daughter fucking broke her. I was playing fucking football. I'm like, really? That's fucking awesome. I'm like, let her know it's just part of the game. We break our nose in hockey too. He's like, yeah, but she's 11. Fuck. Broken.
There's not much you can do now. It's just broken. It's broken.
4 to 6 weeks. Hey. Anyway, that was good.
But no, the Gaelic football and this other game they play over there called Hurley. They love the Hurley and the Gaelic football over there. They love it. Gaelic football seems, from what I've saw online, looks pretty fun. Gents and Lads. Obviously we figured our last caddy at Waterville, he must have said laddie in the course of 18 holes 1,500 times, didn't he? Everything was laddie. But another thing they say, which I think we should bring over to North America, is gents. Like, we got fella, but gents. Everything's, how you doing, gents? Morning, gents. We're out for dinner, gents. Like, I thought it was
around the golf course.
Yeah, gents. Classy. So we got some Gents and Lads shirts coming out. Well, when this podcast comes out, they'll be available at Sauce Hockey, so check them out. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, well, there's a couple more things, but these cider beers they have over there. The cider beers,
you were getting into those in the morning.
Well, listen, so the caddies, every caddy I would ask them, I say, hey, what's your favorite beer?
Yeah.
You know, they would say Guinness and this and that.
I mean, the Guinness over there, but I drank fucking 400 Guinness over there.
It tastes so much better.
And then we learned something about the Guinness over there, by the way. Our caddy on the last
learned about Guinness bum.
Our caddy, what was his name? His name was Mark. Sorry. His name was fucking...
he was a good guy. He's the guy that said laddie 1,500 times in the round.
Great guy. He told a great story about Gretzky.
Yeah. He said, I had Gretzky here.
Yeah, I had Gretzky.
Yeah, Gretz said, you Irish guys don't know fuck all about Gretzky, about hockey, do you? He said, oh, yeah, you're easy. Right now I got Mario ahead of you. You keep it up, I'll put Brett Hall ahead of you. Yeah. But the caddies, I said, hey, boys, oh yeah, sorry.
I was going to say something where he mentioned, about the Guinness. He's like, you know that Guinness is dying there. You better drink that right now. Guinness is supposed to be done in 3 or 4 sips. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, because if not, it's the barley in there. It's going to fuck your guts up. You're going to get the farts and shit. And I'm like, Loop, so that's what's going on.
Oh, man, listen.
So you got to drink these Guinness fast, or when that head starts to die off, like, the top white part, she's done. You're just going to get fucking rumble guts.
You're going to get Guinness bum, and fucking Lupul and Uppy had Guinness bum. And boys, me and Ups are driving from Hogshead. This Irish guy picks us up. We're going to dinner in Waterville. It's literally 5 minutes. Updogg drops this Guinness bum fart in this fucking shuttle, and it's the grossest thing ever. And this Irish guy doesn't say anything. I'm like, hey, man, can you crack the window? Sorry about that. My fucking boy farted. He's like, it's okay. I just thought it was the sea. I just thought it was the smell of the sea. But yeah, Guinness, his old man told him 3 sips.
3 sips, yeah. And now that's, you got to approach a Guinness like that. You take it down in fucking 3 big gulps, because they never give you like a big fucking Guinness like this, right? They're always standard size, solid, cold fucking, and they're nice and cold over there.
They're great. I was drinking that at Hop House a lot. Hop House is a nice beer over there. Mm-hmm. But these things, I kept asking the caddies, what's your favorite beer? And they kept saying, because they're all beauties, when you're hungover, the best thing over here is Bulmers, Bulmers, Bulmers Irish cider. And you can only have a couple of them, but they say you put in a pint glass with ice, and it snaps you out of it.
I agree.
So, Uppy, it was a great trip, buddy. Oh, last but not least, So I bring over these nice fucking Cuban cigars for the boys over there, right? and the Updogg likes a nice cigar in the course. I got to give him credit. Like, we've always smoked cigars, but, he played with MJ, and, he's good at it now. He can play golf with a cigar, and he's really good at it. So he's smoking these fucking things. I'm not really smoking because we're walking, and I got my hands full with my golf game as is, and he's puffing these Cubans down. And the one day at Hog said, it's coming fucking 40 miles an hour, raining sideways, and there he is trying to light his fucking cigar. He's like, hey, Caddy, put the umbrella over here. Let me fucking light this thing. And he's in a fucking monsoon. It's like, he's trying to get the fucking...
It was great. I was on a 3-around fucking basis for the whole trip until the last couple of days.
Dude, you striked it, bro.
Yeah, and I was fucking,
you were banging down fucking Hoya cigars like they're going out of style, and you were hitting at fucking 3:30, and you were just having a time doing it. It was unbelievable. So, Uppy, great trip. Thanks again to Billy Quinn. Loops, love you, buddy. Uppy's World.
Party time. Excellent. Doofy style.
Man, what a Troy, bro.
Oh, no. So it meant a lot, actually. So a couple days into the trip, and this is why this trip was, for me especially, was so amazing because of the timing of this. Like, I haven't seen my folks back in Newfoundland in a while. They've always come they've been to Newport a bunch of times since, Izzy and Beckham were born, but this was pretty special to me to get to go home and piggyback it on this fucking epic golf trip. So, on the way there, we were supposed to stop there and have a little night out on a Saturday and, show you guys the town. But then we'd had to get up real fucking early the next day and hit Ireland. And anyway.
We did the right way.
But what I did do was, I piggybacked where Billy was going to drop me off. My kids were coming up, got my parents there, and I was going to do a family trip. Well, midway through the trip, I convinced you guys, and it didn't take much, that you guys are going to stay the night too, right? It was like, Billy, can we stay the night? You got anything going on? And sure as shit, it's Monday. So I'm like, fuck, Monday. Like, God, if it was last week, we got George Street Festival, which is an amazing festival, music, everything. We just missed the Lumineers by a week. And so I text my boy, Chris Ryan, who's a fucking legendary local musician. He's got his own fucking Instagram, and we posted about him, and we'll share some of his stories and stuff. But he's a great dude. He's played at my cousin Ryan and Amy's wedding before. Great guy. So I hit up him, and I'm like, listen, we're coming to town. I need to get this crew screeched in, and I need to get them a fucking place to drink beers. He's like, buddy, I'm playing at Shamrock's Monday night. I'm like, what? Perfect. Fuck. Okay. Now I need to get him screeched in. Where do we do that? And he's like, we do Christians. So Christians is a legendary oldest local bar on George Street, which for people who don't know, there's 27 or 30 bars on this 3-strip. There's nothing but bars, 3 fucking streets. And this guy in there called Skipper Louie
this guy's a legend.
He's a legend. He's got, what's very special about him is, his personality's one. It's his own bar that is fucking super, intimate and has tradition there. It's been around since the 80s. But he goes through a ceremony called getting screeched in, and getting screeched in, now, people don't know.
He's done
over 7 million.
7 million or 3 million?
Let's just keep it at the number is astronomical. It's pretty special. Every night he'll do sets of 30 or 40 people in a row. And what's special about him is he's got a fucking photographic memory with names, places you're from, and he goes around in this bar, and whoever's getting screeched in kind of huddles in the middle. It's a 9 o'clock sharp experience. And he's got Screech, which is a fucking Jamaican rum that is like this old rum that people used to drink in Ireland. And he's frying up bologna, which is hilarious because he's like, if this is in Italy, it's called salami. If this is in, Mexico, it's called whatever.
And he goes, for you vegans and vegetarians, don't worry because there's no meat in this anyway. So you guys are okay too.
He's like, in the U.S., it's called Spam.
It was great.
But so, and he talks about the history of Newfoundland. He talks about his experience of Anthony Bourdain coming into his bar, which is Christian's Pub, and changing his life forever because it played on, unknown places or whatever, to millions and millions of people, and changed, the course of his business and all this stuff. And he just said, like, these epic days I spent with Anthony and, God rest his soul, and all this stuff has changed my life, and food and culture and what Newfoundland is to our people, and welcoming you guys here for the first time. This is a very special event. And so you basically do this shot of Screech, then you eat some bologna, and then he goes around. He's like, now my son caught this fish a year ago. It's a special fish, and it's frozen. So he's kissed a lot of people, probably more than some of you, players out there. But we're going to go around. We're going to kiss this codfish. Don't have to if you want, but you should if you want to be. And then so everyone kisses this fish and people are taking videos. And then when it's all said and done, like the tunes come on and it's fucking just this atmosphere in there and everyone's holding their little, they got like a diploma, like a screeched in diploma.
It's sick, man. It was sick.
And I had, Christina was there, Obes, Loops, Billy, my cousin Ryan was there who helped me put it on and Lily, my nanny. And then so we just piggybacked this into like Shamrock's bar where we get up on stage, first fucking song in there and play fucking Weak Kings, baby, by the Tragically Hip.
That was sick.
People are like fucking cheering. It was great.
I've seen Uppy happy in a lot of different places, boys, around the world. And in London, he was happy. I've seen him happy in Vegas. I've seen him happy in Hollywood. I've seen him happy. I've seen him happy in a lot of places. You were generally at the fucking Shamrock. You had a fucking smile on your face the whole fucking night.
Great.
Chris Ryan, guy blew my mind, bro. He went from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air intro song, tag teamed in with fucking Wonderwall. So he went from like in West Philadelphia, born and raised, to
into Wonderwall, back to it.
Back and forth. I'm like, dude, that blew my mind. And then he played fucking Teenage Dirtbag. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby.
Yeah,
and this whole place was going buck diddy.
Yeah.
And a Monday night in Newfoundland doesn't matter because the people were out full force. It was unbelievable. Dude, I want to go back.
Yeah.
It was great. Your dad's place is unbelievable.
Yeah, my parents, my dad did an incredible job on their house, which has been in their family since the 60s.
Yeah.
And so it was special for me to have you guys there, to have my kids there.
Yeah.
I went to Bell Island, which is an island off the coast where I'm from. My parents, both born there, both grew up there. School, high school. And so I brought my kids over there. We had an amazing dinner. Saw my buddy Tony Campbell, and we'd take the ferry there and back. Pretty special little place, right? And so we did that. We did some hiking. It's a beautiful country, man. I'm glad you got beautiful. I
want to go back, but I think I'm going to go to George Street Festival next year. I think I'm going to do it. I'm just telling Big Scott, listen, I need one of those cabins you got up there. Fucking. He made us a great breakfast. Same breakfast as Pitter makes. The bag's the same way with the nice Texas toast and the bacon.
Yeah. He did the double bacon.
Yeah.
Canadian bacon, and he did the fucking real bacon.
It was great sitting around the pool hanging out. It's a beautiful place. I'm so happy for your parents. I'm happy I got to see it. The cab driver that took us from your parents' house to downtown, we saw a lot of good accents in Ireland, but this fucking cab driver with this fucking, I couldn't even understand it. I'm like, that's a pretty good highway. He's like, not bad fucking highway there. So if I go up there, fucking road, if I can do that. And I go, yeah.
He's a fucking bayman.
He goes,
these guys are up around the bay. They don't eat. Yeah. Newfies can't even understand what they're saying.
This guy goes, fucking liter pop, fucking pop expensive enough. I go, fucking inflation, huh? I go, I know, I hear you. But I'm like, and now I'm just asking him questions, and he's just going there. He's like, I go, who plays here? He goes, not being a real fucking hockey guy. I don't fucking come down here. Let's after him. I'm just like, you got a good
good accent there. You gonna be a bayman yourself there, young laddie.
It was great, Uppy. Thank you for bringing me there. It was a great way to finish off the trip. Newfoundland, I will be back. St. John's, Chris Ryan, you're a beauty. Uppy's World, party time. Get this guy a beer, presented by our good friends at Labatt. Formerly, I was sitting across from Mr. PTO here, but Alex Chason is getting some hockey talk to a PTO. I mean, give this guy a one-way contract. This is a fucking 1 year.
Fifth PTO.
For the Bruins, give him a 1 year ticket. If you got to send him down, send him down.
He's a power play specialist. Dude, the guy stands in front, big ass. He's fucking big and he's strong. He's 31. I mean, come on, he still can play.
How many times have you prove yourself on a PTO? This is 5.
Maybe he just asked for the PTO. He didn't even want the 1 year deal. He said, I don't want the 1 year deal. Give me a PTO. Let me earn this thing again.
I can't imagine. I went on one PTO and it was stressful enough. How many did you do? 3?
I did 3. Did I push 3 or 4?
No, I did
3.
You did 3.
I did 3. Got 2 deals out.
This guy's got a Stanley Cup and he's on his 5th PTO.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Well, he won the Stanley Cup and then went on a PTO the next year. This is kicking the nuts.
He doesn't have off ice habits like we do, does he? Does anything know about this guy or what?
I think good guy. McDavid liked him. I think the Oilers liked him. He played well there. He was a great player there.
There's a few guys on the Oilers that should be on a PTO. I can tell you that for fuck's sakes.
Right?
Yeah. Alex Chason, buddy. Get this guy Labatt Blue. You deserve it.
Get him
on a hockey club. Luch, get him on the squad. Last but not least, back up the Brinks trucks presented by our good friends at Life Force. Haggle the bagel. 8 years, 6.5 bananas a year.
No taxes. That is Brinks' truck. Come on. Rack up the Bitcoin truck. Eric.
Is that a good deal for him? Or
I think so, yeah.
how many goals did he have last year? 30?
I don't know. He did really well in Chicago back before they traded for him. Did he have
I don't know.
Did he have a full year in Tampa?
That was his first full year in Tampa last year. He played good.
I hope to God he got over 30 because that's a long, big ticket.
That's
one you hope it works out for both because, if he goes and scores 40, he's worth 10 million.
I mean, listen, I love his game. He plays bigger than he is. He competes. He goes to the net. He had 30 goals, 34 assists for 64 points.
That's good. That's a great.
I love his game.
Yeah, he's big. He plays strong.
He plays hard. And, I mean, you get an opportunity to play with the guys that he's playing with.
Yeah, him and Tanner Janot are a great 1-2 punch. Tanner Janot still there?
Tanner Janot, I just signed an extension, I think.
Yeah.
They gave up a lot to get him. I
know.
We don't need to get into hockey right now because it's still the offseason, but John Cooper and the Bolts, when we do talk about preview stuff, they got rid of a lot of their guys that we love.
Still got Braden Point.
Yeah.
And Stammer.
Yeah. We'll see.
I've had been told
Yeah. No, they still got the big boys up front.
I know.
And they went a little bit younger. But we'll save that for the preview show, fella. But
I like that.
Updogg, great being in here with you. Matt.
Happy birthday again, fella.
Thank you, Alex. Welcome to the squad, fella. Updogg, what a trip. Love you, buddy. I was
Missin Curfew, fella.